Welcome, welcome everyone. There you go. Welcome everyone to another stream with me today. We are at least, I'm guessing, half an hour away for SpaceX to launch. Now, now there has been a few occasions recently where they have delayed the launches because of a slight error. Yesterday there was something fell off the ship, and the day before something fell off the ship when they were restacking both halves, and before that they had a pressure drop in the suppression system for the rocket launch when it was going to launch in the first place. But we are today have got confirmed launch, and they are now loading the propellant into the rocket to let it go to space. Not going to space exactly. Okay, this is the fair point. It's going to go into orbit. The second half will go into orbit, and the other one will go, hopefully, land back on the ground perfectly as it was launched in the first place. Um, Advertisement here. I'm not advertising anything, but this would be an advertisement. Um, I'm going to see if it needs to reload. I'm guessing it's reloading. Ooh, get something out my little case of mine. It's not weird. It's nothing weird. Badges. Give me badges. So, over the months, I have collected each badge, except from number 2. I did fail of getting, and to this day, I'm waiting for a reply to get back to me about that. But I have the first, and you can't get this badge anymore. It's obsolete. This is the first ever Starship launch badge I've ever got. It goes for quite a bit now. Then we've got the 7th one, this one. So that's the first, this is the 7th. This is the newest, oldest launch. It only came to the post 3 days ago. It took me 2 months to get it, but I finally got the badge, and it's a 7th flight badge launch, where it did go into orbit, but we did lose the ship. But this is the ship. It's a V2 ship. It didn't work out the first time. As we all know, it exploded. But this is the second time the V2 ship is being tested. Hopefully gets into space this time and can do. Now, they're going to do 3 things, and I'm going to suggest this very quickly. The 3 things they will do is, the first, they'll launch the booster up with Starship. The Starship will disconnect. Starship will orbit Earth. They will then deploy the first ever time Starlinks, they're the dummy Starlinks, because they're not going to deploy real Starlinks out of the ship. They're going to open the payload door and actually try and deploy Starlinks. That's the first time. What? So, first time they'll just deploy Starlinks. The next thing they'll do is they'll test a Raptor engine in orbit, because you need oxygen, but they're going to do their own thing. And then they're going to try and do descent and do a splashdown. I am drinking, by chance, but only because I need to celebrate, and this is a celebration drink. This will be a sad drink, when it ends. But but following everything, we want this launch to go ahead. We don't want it to die. We don't want it to go. This is just prototypes. Nothing is going to change throughout. These are prototypes. These are not going to go to the moon yet or go to Mars yet. They haven't got there yet. They're still testing out phases of rockets so they can get it right. Once they've got it right, we could go to Mars and the moon and beyond, if that happens. With all the politics going on these days, I do not support that side of what is, but I support the company, SpaceX. They reuse rockets and no one else does. They use rockets and boosters, and they're using Starship as a first ever launching vehicle. NASA's working along with them, by the way, so it's not like just a one effort. NASA is working with them. Blue Origin is counted as themselves rockets, as you know. And as today, we had the whatever landed on the moon. Sorry, I don't remember the name. It's in the back of my memory, but it's something, a satellite, a probe landed on the moon today and did a few tests, so that I think went successfully, and I'm hoping, because I didn't really check on it, but I'm hoping it went successfully. I've got to get rid of these because they were for my testing theories. Yeah, so let me go into that, and let me just get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. There you go. So it's just one slideshow. We're waiting for SpaceX to come through with their stream. You can now see on my screen over there It's online. Um, yeah, they're just doing the introduction. Just you can watch that through. Fucking, what I did yesterday, I did the day before, where I was trying to like rip cans apart, and I caught my finger, and so it's now like hurts forever, like proper hurts now. By the way, the Gateway to Mars sign is gone completely because they had to build the secondary launch site. So there is no just now. There's two launch pads, but no gateway to Mars, as you probably saw beforehand. Oh, fun fact! Oh, you've missed that, but if you didn't miss that, that Tesla that Cybertruck and that engine, there was a drone that was flying to do a filming, and they hit the drone. They knocked out one of their own drones whilst doing advertisement for the engine. So that was an interesting day. Um, on factual business, this ship is still a design. It's not a fully prototyped. These engines that are unique. They're not engines that you see usually. These engines are been they have now fitted, and I'm saying being serious. They have Raptor 1 or Raptor X engines that are being worked on. They have the Raptor 3 engines, Raptor 1, Raptor 2, Raptor 3. The Raptor 3 are basically the most best engines they ever have, and they've been Raptor 2 recently in most engines, but I think it's the first time the V2 on secondary Starship recently has been fitted with Raptor 3 engines. So we could see improvement with most things that happen. These people are the introductory people. We won't be talking, they won't be talking to us. If you want to do that, go on to Space Extreme. But if you want to listen to me, because I think that's the best way. We will probably zoom in.
Trigger another automated hold.
I don't want to trigger another automated hold. So we're going to wait for that to go through. As you can see, the ship is reloading up with propellant. Once there are frost lines, once the frost lines get to max level, you'll see a decompression of the tank farms. At the moment, it's compression of the tank farm. Basically, it's reloading, but all that is vapor. That is not steam. I got it wrong the last time. That is vapor. Vapor is because they're cooling the liquid down. They're cooling the oxygen and purifying the oxygen to the extremist, and the hydrogen's being deeply freezed. So it's gonna, oh, by the way, those are all the engines. So all of those engines have numbers on. You can see they all have engines on, so you can tell which engine is which. It's pretty cool. I think it's impressive. That's an impressive thing about these things. These are impressive engines. You should be proud of watching the stream and knowing there's a number on engines, because I damn it. Anyway, as you can see, there are venting in some areas. Firstly, the top of the ship is not venting because they don't put vents at the top of ships. On the middle of the ship, you can see venting. That is just suppression vent. It's fine. It's supposed to do that, I think. And then the bottoms of the engines, there are two vents. There is a decompression vent and there is a pressurization vent. I call them that. They're not actual names. I can't get the names right in my head, but I call them that. I know what they mean in my terms. Probably won't know them. Basically, one dumps the fuel in case there's loads of fuel, and the other one, basically, if there's too much vapor, it will pressure all that vapor out, so it just leaves that fuel. It's like the most simplest system. There are a few tanks around. You won't see that's active. Some of them could be water. So the ones on the farm that are full of vapor and everything's coming out with, you know, vents and everything, that is the loading repellent section. And the place that is not got any steam going, that is the water system. There are two systems. They're not just all combined into one, because if those all are combined into one, God, hell would break loose. So there is a area. So you see, if you can see now, just coming up, all those tanks are lined up. Those are water tanks. All of them are water tanks. The rest are all fuel tanks. The monitor if you didn't see at the top of the launch tower, yeah, that's just showing you how much is being loaded at the moment. That's actually loading at the moment. So that is the real life exact time of, not exact time, but the exact amount of low ox and H4 being put into tanks. Think low ox is oxygen and H4 is hydrogen. I'm getting it wrong, aren't I? Yeah, I probably got it wrong. But there's one good thing: the weather and range and vehicles go, because they don't always have that, because there's always a ship on the freaking side of the waterline. Good news. These heat panels have been pinned in place and not stuck in place, because the stuck in place comes off quite easily, and they need the heat shield to not have it burn up in atmosphere entry. So they pin them in place so they're more secure and more tight. That's what the new ship is about. The new Starship. The second section is the newest section. It's got an upgrade. It's been done loads of upgrades since the first one. So the first one was Flight 7 that blew up and broke up. This is the second time of a flight second vehicle has been made. So we'll see a little bit more happen. Next flight, I'm not sure, and I'm not going to say, I'm not saying it for definite. I'm not saying if it is definite or not definite, but there could be a potential catch attempt on the second launch vehicle. That's the top vehicle that could be launched and catched at the site. As you can see, that's the water deluge system. Is that happening real time right now? Why are they activating the water deluge system? Oh, that's previous. Oh, brain's having it. Yeah, I've just realised that's the like previous flight. Oh, that's why is the water system being activated right now? No, that's the deluge system that will spray out water deflecting flames so it doesn't hit the concrete. When the first launch happened, you won't know because you probably haven't watched my streams or other people's streams, that the first launch happened, the concrete on the underneath the pad got blown out and it hit cars and hit the sea. You could hear seeing the sea being sprayed by concrete. It literally destroyed the concrete and the supports that were in place. It did that much damage. So that's why they've got a water system engaged. It took them, I think 3 and 4 months. I watched all the updates, so I pretty much knew what was being done to the pad. Still to this day, I watch all the updates because I know I need to keep up to date with everything. Yeah, that's just a vent, a refresh vent. You can see that. That's the vapor. Getting quite a lot of it. Yeah, you can see the vapors quite a lot. So the second launch tower won't have that kind of much vapor coming off the tanks. They will have a fan system, so it will go into a fan, collect the actual fuel, and then it will vent the rest, and it shouldn't have the vapor going up. It should just get spun, and that's it. That is the separation of the vehicle. The booster will land back down onto the launch pad, and the Starship, as you can see, the second stage will go into orbit. This is previous, like as you can see, that's the booster, but that Starship didn't survive. It lost everything, all communications lost, and then fuel was gone, and then fuel was leaking, of course, and unfortunately it span out of control and hit the atmosphere and basically destroyed itself. And the explosion, the termination system did activate, but not enough to blow up the rocket fully because of the disconnection of yeah, that would have been the landing of the booster. So this time it's supposed to land again. It landed last time. Hopefully this time it'll land again, like this kind of thing. They keep improving the landing system because they need to get it right. So they did get it right, but I think they need to improve the fuel negation system, or otherwise you're gonna have like disformalities in the rocket. Oh God. Oh, they can see they're looking at the camera because there's a camera there. But actually, behind that window glass room, that window is the launch control, not the main central launch control. That is the operations launch control room. Then they track everything, engines, everything. The operations, that's the operation. The control room itself is where Elon Musk is sitting down waiting for the countdown to end. Yeah, that probably sums up what that control room was about. Donald Trump won't be there. He doesn't like Elon Musk. Well, he doesn't like this space. He likes the space, but there's a bit of controversy around that. Mm. Loving the fuel, but my body, myself, looking at myself in the mirror. Like, yes, look at me. Look at my body. Yeah, that didn't sound right when I said it. Okay, so yeah, here we go. Raptor 1, Raptor 2, Raptor 3. Raptor 3 should be installed now on the new ships. Yeah, we had Raptor 1, that's a mess. Raptor 2 was a bit more cleaned up and sorted, and then Raptor 3, it's been skinned, it's been wrapped with a plastic coating to keep it all insulated and together, and dumbed it down to the most like fresh and system automatic. Ah, answering a friend's question, and I can't say the question exactly, but I have to answer it in a really respectful way. Not good there. No, sorry guys, I'm just doing something. That's not the best how I would pronounce it, but I told my friend something very important, and she said, yes, that's true. I help people out if I need to. Not about everything. I've left a lot of friends, well, a lot of, not old friends, but a lot of recent friends I had relationship wise with are left behind because, yeah, I've done that in the past and now I've left it all behind. Now you can see venting on the ships. They've actually got extra vents, so it's pretty cool to see that. If you need it to ask any questions, please let me know. I like to I like to answer questions. It's like one of my best things. So go ahead and ask me question or a question, because I'd be happy to. Honestly, I'd be happy to answer any question about this. Only about this than anything else. Thank you. Okay, I don't know why I said that, but I said it. Right, so a friend asked me recently, it's not me, nothing is about me, right? Let's get that out there. I'm asking, so you can watch this, but I'm gonna say something now. My friend did ask me if you were curious, and you probably weren't, but I'll say it anyway because it doesn't really matter. She said, "Is a 17 and a 14-year-old good to each other?" I went, probably not. Firstly, there's a lot of stuff that's no. But then I thought to myself, if if they are The problem there's a few there's so yes, it's bad. It's the age is massive and it's a bit wary. But at the same time, in my books, I've learnt age is not as so yeah, if they are under 16, then don't. Just generally don't. But if you're under 18, it's complicated. It's very complicated. I'd rather not go through the issues with this going on. But I've I've I haven't. But it's age, in my opinion, because I'm old now. Um, age, in my opinion, now it doesn't really matter. Like young, okay, it kind of matters because that's not great. But age up, doesn't matter because it doesn't. The entirety of this situations people have, it doesn't matter. What matters most is the what you have for each other matters most. That's the best thing. And I know people go, it's like, no, it's true. I've seen most of my friends in relationships, and they have got different ages completely. But I've seen that they work more together as different ages because they've learned more or they've learning new things with their partner. And it's something to do with that makes it different, but makes it more unique. Okay, I'm just to let you know, the dots on here, if you didn't know, are heat tile testing pads. So please be aware that they're not missing at all. They're not. They're just heat tile pads. But in general, um, oh yeah, to let you know, those are chopsticks that will catch the booster. Just to let you know, pre-press. Yeah. So they're showing you the pinned. Those are the pinned around them. Those are the old heat shields they're going to test out with the new heat shields. Starlink. Yeah. So they built Starlink into the ship. Pretty cool. Yeah. The catch fittings. No. No. We're not catching it. They're not catching it. Where's my phone? I need to check something. Oh, no, 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 no. I was an example, for fuck's sake. No, I didn't. Oh my god, I'm being reported for fucking nothing. Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna block her because I meant it in an example way, not in a. Didn't say that, did you? I didn't. Oh, that's a piss off. That's a piss take. Okay, I can't say what I've been reported for, but apparently been reported something that I haven't done. Again. I didn't mean it in that way, did I? Fucking twat. It doesn't. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose my shit. It's. No, it's not. Yeah, it's only three. It's not. I'm pissed. I'm actually fucking pissed because I didn't say that. I did not. What the fuck? I'm gonna actually put it in. What the freaking is the freaking star emoji? That's not. That's not what. What the fuck? I sent that in because I'm actually pissed off. twats. It's a girl that seems to be pissing me off now. I just don't want to get through this shit, but if I'm going to get reported, well, I'm going to have her go off. See, if I get banned from social media because of that, I will be so angry. I'll hit the roof and then sending off a blaring emails again. I don't want to do to YouTube. I did that to YouTube and it wasn't a good idea. And testing fins. That's good. Sorry, I'm just having a little bit of a row over some social media stuff. Bullshit. Bull fucking shit. So she reported me something that I didn't imply. She got the wrong end of the stick completely. So now she's reporting me something that I didn't do. Well, if I get banned off Instagram, I can blame her. I'll even post stuff all over my streaming accounts if I need to, because that's not right. I don't feel that's not, no, it's not correct. Twat. I'm so annoyed. I'm actually pissed. I can't believe that they're reporting for something I wasn't even counting by. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose my shit. She's blocked me, hasn't she? So if I go to the thingy, yeah, she's blocked me. She's probably reported me in there as well. But the thing is, I will have to explain to Instagram why I said it. But I'll explain to them what I actually meant by it. And they'll be like, oh, okay, I'm sorry, we didn't realise. They say, oh, we still have to ban you for it. I'm like, ban me? But hell will break loose. And then I'll go ape. I have to call up Instagram and actually tell them what the hell happened. I've been reported for nothing I've done wrong. I don't think I've done anything wrong. Now I actually feel like I've done something. Well, I haven't, because I know I... Fuck, what did I do? Oh, I've annoyed another person that reported me for no reason. Aha. Shit. Um, I'm gonna text Adam, my friend. You know, because I stream with him. I'm gonna tell his girlfriend actually, because she will be awake and he won't. She'll get and go, oh crap, what the hell did he do? I'm gonna copy that message, just gonna copy the text, send it to Adam. Can't send it to anyone else. Why the hell can't I send it to the people? I'm gonna send it to him. Send that off. This is going to be an interesting one to explain to someone later. I've sent it to them too. Hopefully they get it. Hopefully nothing happens and it's fine. But if it does come back, I get kicked out of something. I'm going to be so pissed. Now I've got another thing to worry about. I haven't worried about anything all day, and now someone's reported me for something I've not. Well, I don't think I've done anything wrong. I said something that I was being honest about, but not in the way that she probably thought about. I'm gonna have to email them, aren't I? Alright. I'll do that tomorrow. I'll do it tonight later. Let's tune in. 3 minutes
on ship, so that's both the main and the header tanks.
I'm gonna have to
and then about 30 seconds later on booster. Once prop load is complete, we got just shy of 1 million pounds of liquid propellant. That's liquid oxygen, liquid methane onto both vehicles. All of our ground systems will do what's called pushbacks. They'll clear all those feed lines. We're not continuously replenishing the propellant on board Starship or Super Heavy. That's why we essentially have several minutes where we can hang out at that T-minus 40 hold point before we start to run into issues with temperatures or just those LOX levels, or that LOX level on the booster is one of the main things that we watch. So we're also going to do a couple of final checkouts. We'll do one final one of the thrust vector control, the TVCs on the booster. We'll see them hopefully do a little bit of a wiggle test. The first one comes at about 1 minute 40 seconds before launch, and then the last one comes right as we pass that T-minus 40 gate. Again, if we need to hold, which we held a couple of times on Monday, we can do so at that T-minus 40 second. We're not currently tracking any issues that would hold us there, but if we do run into that, we can hang out for a couple minutes.
That would be the point in the countdown, as we mentioned on Monday. That T-minus 40 second point is when we can pause to hold for final checkouts or pressurizations if necessary. But once we pass that T-minus 40 second mark, a number of things are going to occur in rapid succession. The ground spin and ignition systems will come up to flight pressure. The ship goes to internal power. And after that, the quick disconnect or QD arm lockout, that's removed in preparation for retraction shortly after T0. Once we pass T-minus 40 seconds, as we saw on Monday, we had the ability to recycle the count under certain conditions back to that T-minus 40 second mark and hold there to assess what happened and if we're able to proceed to T0.
And like we said, there, we can hang out at T-minus 40 for several minutes before we start running into some limits, essentially, on our propellant on board. There are a couple of other things, like if we pass the T-minus 10 second point and the water starts to flow in that flame deflector and we scrub, that's automatic scrub for the day. Oh, there's our TVC, our thrust vector control checkout. It's got a little bit of a wiggle there on those inner Raptor engines, those 13 inner ones, which are going to be used for that boost back burn. And the landing burn.
You can tell that
cool to see those.
Yeah, I love that shot. We don't have that on Falcon, and it's just so cool to see really the business end of the Super Heavy booster.
Come on, go launch. I'm going to cut camera. And the 40-second mark is usually when they stop. So I'm hoping it goes past the 40.
10 seconds away from that T-minus 40 hold. We'll see.
Come on, don't hold now. Don't hold. Please don't hold on me. It's holding. Oh no. No.
All right, we are going to hold at T-minus 40. We're watching the temperatures on the ship right now for the ship fuel. Sounds like they're working through that. We might be able to release that hold shortly.
Oh, it's quick. Let's come out quickly this time. Come on. I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
All right, sounds like we're going to be able to reset those holds, not tracking any other holds.
There we go.
And clock is rolling.
Oh, it's going down.
And the clock is rolling once again.
Oh,
Now
it's
T minus 30 seconds till the liftoff
Oh, this is gonna
of
be
the
epic.
eighth flight of Starship.
Turn my mic for this.
Our flight director, Joe Schleicher, today is go
Oh
for
my God,
launch.
it's going.
Let's listen in as he takes us through the final seconds of the count.
Here we go.
T-minus 8.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're on a launch. Hey, it's actually going. There it goes. Oh, I'm just so happy it's not. Oh wow, look at that. Look at that beauty. Look at that. Oh, that is an amazing. Oh wow. That is so cool. Look at that. That is an amazing view.
All right,
Just
we're a
from
little over
Starship,
40
Jesus.
seconds. A little over 40 seconds into the flight. We are seeing 33 out of 33 Raptor engines ignited.
There we go. Point booms.
Boosters pushing us
Look at
downrange
that. That
over
is
the
awesome
Gulf.
to see.
Next
Oh,
milestone
right.
coming up in just under 10 seconds is going to be max Q, that max aerodynamic pressure.
Tilting, but it's still doing good. It looks like fuel is okay.
Max Q.
Oh gosh, here we go. The tough part.
All right, so we're through max Q. That's the heaviest stresses it's kind of seeing on the way
Look
up.
at
Wow,
that.
that was
Whoa.
pretty incredible.
I'm still recovering. That was
Wow.
amazing.
That's insane.
Beautiful views of the vehicle on ascent, pitching
I don't think it's
downrange
landing.
away from
No, it can't have
the
landed.
launch
Won't land
tower.
today. Is it gonna
Next thing
separate?
coming up
Separate.
is hot staging. So we're going to look for 6 engines to ignite on
we
ship
go.
while
Most
we're still
exciting
attached
part.
to the top of the booster.
Oh,
We'll
I'm
see
actually
all but those
shaking
3 center
physically.
engines shut down on booster.
Physically shaking, guys. Oh. Come on.
We're hearing the initial call that we are go for booster catch back here at
that's
the launch
good. That's
tower.
a good sign. We're gonna catch the booster again. That's a good sign. Come on. Wow, but-
Coming up now on hot staging, the ship's engines will ignite while still attached to the Super Heavy booster, and also while Super Heavy booster will still be under power itself. The clamps holding the 2 stages together are going to release, and Starship second stage engines will
Booster engine
ignite.
cut off.
Oh.
Ship engine startup.
Oh, boosters come off.
Stage separation.
Okay, actually it's off.
Boost
It's off.
back burn startup.
Oh wow, that's cool. That's cool to see it fly back.
There we go.
Okay, we know now.
Ship engines, all 6 Raptors ignited. We're doing that boost back burn.
2 engines
Looks like we got 11 of the 13 that we command for
Go for
that,
booster
so
return.
that's going to start sending the booster back.
can
We
see
are
the
still
booster
go
truck
for
all the way
booster
back.
return, even with 2 Raptors out during that boost back. We can do a full duration one. But
chamber push is nominal.
looks like we got a ship, 6 engines heading into space, and then we got a booster hopefully on our way back to Starbase. How's everything going in Hawthorne, Chris?
Everything is looking good. The
Oh my
crowd eagerly
God.
followed that ascent and now watching
Wow.
the booster coming back. So as you can see on the left-hand side of your screen here, that is ship
avionics
continuing.
power
And
function
that's a
nominal.
great view of ship continuing on its way to
ship's not
space.
blown
They're
up.
looking
This is amazing.
that's inside the camera,
Actually,
inside the
survived.
aft skirt, looking at the Raptor vacuum and the sea level engines. The sea level ones there in the center of your screen under our T+ clock. You can see our boost back burn. We're down to 3 engines on the boost
my
back
God,
burn.
this is amazing.
And you can see ship on the right-hand side of that telemetry with 6 engines lit, continuing its ascent to orbit, already over 100 kilometers in altitude. The booster 87 kilometers in altitude and continuing its trek right
There
now
you go.
back
Boosters
to
coming back
the
down.
landing site
Boosters
and
coming
catch
back down.
site.
Sonic.
And we just heard a good call out for boost back shutdown. The next thing we should see on our screen is the separation of the hot stage from the Super Heavy booster. We jettisoned that because we do not need it for the landing, but on future iterations of the Super Heavy, that hot stage ring will be incorporated into the booster and we will get it back. But for today, you can see it on the right-hand side of your screen there, just separating off from the right-hand side of the booster. You can also see the booster doing its liquid oxygen dump there, which is exactly what we would expect for it to do as the booster gets itself configured for the landing here. Now, meanwhile, Starship will continue to coast after it reaches orbit for about 40 minutes or so up to an altitude of 214 kilometers, but it's still got a ways to go there, currently accelerating past 7,500 kilometers per hour there in velocity. And just look at those great views of the booster coming back. The Gulf coastline there just looks absolutely gorgeous.
Starship is on a nominal trajectory.
And there we hear nominal trajectories all around. And Dan and Kate, we're at 5 minutes, 15 seconds here into the flight. Everything looking good for the Super Heavy and for Starship today. What's it like there at Starbase as we get ready to catch?
It was incredible, Chris, to be able to see the mock diamonds with my own eyes. That was amazing. We are standing by for return of booster back to the launch tower. We have heard that we are go for the catch of the booster.
Yeah, this coming from one of our long-range tracking cameras, we're able to see the hot stage separate and fly away. So coming up in just about 30 seconds, we're going to look for the landing burn. We're going to command those 13 inner and middle ring engines to turn on. 13 initially, they bleed off all of that velocity as we're slowing down from supersonic speeds, eventually moding down to only 3 engines for that precision flight into the tower.
Right now, booster using its 4 hypersonic grid fins to help guide itself through this atmospheric entry back for its precision landing at the launch site.
There you go,
Once again,
guys.
we're going to
Here we
ignite
go.
first the center 13 engines.
Oi,
We should
there we
see
go.
that coming up here momentarily.
Engines and
Wow,
startup.
look at that.
This is going to come down to 3 engines as the booster slows down for its
Insane.
And we just heard the sonic boom.
Oh, that's coming in fast.
What an incredible sight to see the Super Heavy booster gliding down into the chopstick arms once again.
There we go. Let's hold it. There we go. Landed. The booster has officially landed. Hey.
Stuck the landing.
That's perfect. That was a perfect.
Wow. That will never get old.
All right. We saw 12 out of 13 light for that landing burn. Booster still able to make its way with that final precision burn on the 3 engines in for the tower catch. So booster caught. Meanwhile, keeping an eye on ship. Still got 6 Raptors burning. Those are going to continue for about another minute until we'll get to the Starship engine cutoff. Really cool view. Again, a million shout outs to all of our avionics team who make these cameras possible for us. That's looking right down inside essentially the skirt area of ship where you can see a pretty good view of all 6 Raptors, especially those 3 inner ones, one of which we're going to hopefully relight a little bit later.
Whoa.
And we just saw some engines go out.
What the hell? It
looks like we are losing attitude control of the ship.
Oh god, it's gone wrong. It's gone wrong. Oh no. Oh gosh, the engines are not cutting out properly. Oh, this is going to be bad. This is going to need to be blown up. Oh no. Oh god, no. It's gone horribly wrong.
Ship FTS
Oh
saved.
god. Oh no.
So we're still getting video down from the ship. You can see we've lost several engines
wrong.
and we've lost
It's
attitude
spinning,
control
really
of the
badly
vehicle.
Spinning out of control. Oh god, they're gonna have to detonate it. They're gonna have to detonate it. Look! You can see something leaking, something spilling out the side of the rocket. Oh no! Has it? It's something's coming out the side of the rocket.
So we'll continue to
You can
stick
see
with
it.
it.
It's leaking. Something's coming out the rocket, like spilling out. What is that? That's got to be the.
For those of you that just
Can they shut the
recently
engines
joined
off?
us, we had a successful liftoff of the 8th test
they've
flight
blown up
of
the rocket
Starship,
again. It's
followed
gone
by
wrong
a
again.
successful
What the hell is
stage
wrong with this
separation.
new
We saw
rocket?
the booster. Actually, you can see it just behind us here. The booster had a
got
successful
better and it got
catch
worse.
back at the
Something
tower.
went wrong again. Don't know what it
Unfortunately,
is.
it seems as though we lost the attitude control of the ship. We
They
are
shut the
standing
engines off
by
and then it
as
all shut
we
off. That's the
listen
problem.
in with the teams on the nets to understand what information we're able to provide you. We will provide that as soon as we are able.
Oh, dear.
But it's pretty incredible to take a moment and see
Yeah,
the
look at the
booster just
again.
behind us.
Just the
Certainly
booster
a different view than
survived.
last time.
And at
Starship
this
doesn't
point,
look like it
we've
survived it.
essentially lost contact with the ship. We're no longer receiving telemetry at this moment. So we were only about 20 seconds away or so from the end of that ship ascent burn. We saw several of the engines start to cut out. Once you lose enough of those center engines, you're going to lose attitude control. And so we did see the ship start to go into a spin. And at this point, we
Something went
have
wrong
lost
again, but
contact
you
with the
wasn't- you
ship.
could
So
see something
we're going to listen
outside
in
the
for a
ship.
little
I know
bit.
what it was.
Just, I think it's pretty obvious we're not going to continue the rest of the mission
no,
today, but
not good.
just give us a couple more minutes. We'll bring you more information
it's
as
not
it comes
gone
in.
well. This has not gone well. Is Elon Musk in that room? Yeah, he is. He's on a desk somewhere. No, he's not even there. He's not even there. It's all the launch people go like, what the hell has just happened? They all look quite disappointed, don't they? They don't know what the hell just happened to that rocket. I'm guessing they're getting phone calls from engineers because the engineers must be freaking panicking. Now this has happened again. Where the hell has this gone wrong? Look, you can see on one of the screens they're looking at the cameras. It's spinning. You can see it's spinning still. Okay, they haven't disconnected the ship fully, but you can see on some of the screens they've disconnected some cameras. You can see on one of the screens there. Look, they're zooming in. Shit, that might have blown it up. Crap, they've blown it up. Starship's been blown up again. Oh God. Oh, this is not good. Oh, this is really not good. So happy, and then it all just fell apart. Yeah, the booster's great landing again, but you always want to see Starship at least survive, and it didn't even freaking survive. Oh, no, that's not good. It spun out of control. Engines didn't shut off correctly, unfortunately, because of that. It didn't survive. It wouldn't survive that. It span so fast. What happened last time, we saw Starlink being put into the rocket this time. Unfortunately, because of that though, they still lost communication, and unfortunately, I reckon it span out of control. They lost the trajectory. It all went, not geometry. I can't say it, but you can see in the control room there we're having a bit of a tippy tap, like they're all looking like. Well, they're gonna have to. What they do with that ship is let it cool down, let it all of its oxygen just fire itself. But it's just another sad day at SpaceX because now they have another issue with this same rocket that's not been worked on so many times to get it to launch, and now it's failed again to launch into atmosphere. It's not. It's such shame that it's now failed again. It's no one's fault. It's no one's fault, and that's something we should all can't blame anyone. What you can do though is think that it's no one's fault. It just happens, but it's happened again, and that's the problem. It's a dark day.
All right, so coming back with you real quick. So can confirm we did lose contact with the ship. Unfortunately, this happened last time too, so we've got some practice at this now. We've got a lot of measures in place, like debris response areas where we coordinate very closely with air traffic control. We have a lot of measures put before we ever launch a rocket to make sure that we're keeping the public safe. Those worked last time, and they're actively in work right now. So just to recap real quick, everything we saw, we lifted off right at the top of our window, essentially at 5:30 p.m. Central Time. Booster was able to get us all the way up into space, made its way back here. It's sitting on the tower right behind us, our third ever catch. Starship ignited all 6 of its Raptor engines. It was just about 20 or 30 seconds away. We'll get exact times from the end of its ascent burn when we started to see some engines go out on ship, eventually lost attitude control, and then lost contact with the ship shortly after. So obviously a lot to go through, a lot to dig through. We're going to go right at it. The primary reason we do these flight tests is to learn. We have some more to learn about this vehicle, but we're going to be right back here in the not too distant future, and we're going to get a ship to space.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. We fly to learn, and we're learning a lot. And as is the case with developmental programs such as the Starship program, progress isn't always linear. So at this point, we're going to close out our webcast for the day. But before we do, we'd like to give a shout out to our viewers, of course, as well as our partners, both here in Cameron County and around the world. Now, once we know more about the mission today, we'll provide you with updates on SpaceX.com as well as at SpaceX on X. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Well, that kind of kicked it. Most of my face is now. Right. So, what do we learn? It went wrong again. Yep, okay. Secondly, the engines misfired, means the engines didn't shut down all at once, means they wanted to, 2 of them stayed, unfortunately, at the outer engines and it spun and lost all control. Now, this has happened again, so I don't know how the hell they're going to fix it, because it's hard to fix something that, you can't control. Right, I'm going to end the stream, guys, because I need to go. I've drank, and I now need to go to the loo and go to bed. Hope you all stay safe. Keep doing what you're doing, and I'll see you in the next one.